not jumping around and getting hot and sweaty, but you do still need to make sure that you've got plenty of hydration, plenty of fluid, okay? Open the window, not that it's going to do much good. It's 30 degrees in my lounge currently, and we have been jumping around for a couple of hours, so I'm a bit tired. The heat does drain you, doesn't it? It does make you feel tired, but that's okay, that's okay. At least I've got nothing sort of class-based once I finish this one, so not too bad. Just 2 kids to rush around and get ready for work. They're both working tonight on the boat, so they need to sort themselves out. That means early dinners. One of them, you can probably just make him out behind this curtain. So this is my baby, this one. He's only just got in from work. So he's got to eat now. He's got to be back at work again at 5:30, bless him. So he's doing a double shift today. He's loving the extra money though, you know, that independence. He's 16, he's been asking for a job for ages, and now he's got a job. He's like, oh my God, I'm so tired. Bless him. And then because it's hot as well, he's not been sleeping. He's only got a small bedroom, and it's one of those rooms that it just holds the heat. It's at the back of the house, it's above the kitchen, so it gets all the heat from all day, from the cooker, from the boiler, that sort of thing. So poor boy, he's not been sleeping well, and then he had to be up early to be at work, and there we go. It's the real world. Welcome to real life. Strange. Right, so please work where you feel comfortable. It is important that you take a rest when you need to, you get a drink whenever you need to. If we're doing any of the exercises and you start to have a little shake or a little wobble, it's because your body's tired. It's muscle fatigue, okay? So rest. Join back in when you're ready. Excuse me, I've got a piece of nut stuck in my tooth. I haven't had time for lunch, so I just grabbed a quick set of quick little bowl of Brazil nuts. I don't normally eat nuts, and this is why, because they get stuck in my teeth. This is why I don't eat nuts. So yeah, work where you feel comfortable. I will give you different levels, okay? Level 1 being your beginner level. Please feel free to work where you feel comfortable. Start at the basics and build yourself up gradually so that you can find the level that suits you the most, okay? So we'll make a start. We need to get in a standing position. Then we need to get a little bit mobile. That's not jumping around, that's just gently rotating around muscles, preparing them ready to work, and then we come down to the floor. Okay? So, standing nice and upright, toes and knees point forwards, shoulders down relaxed. Make sure that you are balanced and central. So you're gently rocking side to side, forwards and backwards, making sure you've got an even distribution of body weight across both of those feet. If you just saw my son through that curtain and you think, gosh, he's incredibly tall, he is incredibly tall and incredibly skinny as well. It's not fair, it's not fair. Good, so making sure that you've got that even distribution of body weight across both of your feet. Making sure that you've got that neutral spine, so you're just tilting the pelvis forwards and backwards. You're finding the position where your back feels the most comfortable. You've got that natural lordotic curve, okay? Comfortable spine, neutral spine. I am going to remind you throughout, okay? Then I need you to find your core muscle. So your pelvic floor, that's the muscle from within, the one you'd use to stop mid-flow. Now imagine that that pelvic floor muscle is attached to a lift, 10 floors to the lift. Draw it up from within, all the way up to floor number 10. Taking it down to floor number 5, down to floor number 3, and leaving it there. So you know you've drawn up, you can feel some mild tension on the pelvic floor muscle. Then imagine that you've got a belt around your middle, 10 notches to the belt, pull it into notch number 10, as tight as it will go, out to notch 5, out to notch 3, and leave it there. So you know that you've got some tightening around the centre of the body. So you're working through, you can feel the tension through the core, you can feel the neutral spine is in place, and then the last thing you need to think about is your breathing. Hands on the rib cage, fingertips touch, take a deep breath in, and release. Good, take a nice deep breath in, and release. Relax the arms down, Gently begin to pedal through those feet, raising up one side to the other. Carefully allowing the shoulders to gently rotate in one direction and the other direction. Place those feet down, lift all the way up onto those toes and release. Good, lift up onto the toes and release. Good, lift and lengthen and release. You're going to take a nice big step out to the left, reach up and over, into the middle, and then go out the other way. You've got to lift and lengthen through your waist, coming back into the centre each time. Good. Up and over. Last one here. Hijack, and then hold it in the middle. Arms come up, take a deep breath in. Breathe out, rotate, keep the hips nice and still. Breathe in to return. Breathe out, rotate. Breathe in to return. You can take one more to each side. Breathe out, rotate. Breathe in to return. Last one here. Coming into the middle and gently release. Good. You're just going to take your left foot forwards. I can't balance and scratch my nose at the same time. Point the toe. Circle the leg round. Lift the knee up and balance. Toe comes forward, circle the leg round, lift the knee up and balance. Ankle just rotates one way and the other way and place the foot down. Other leg comes forward, point the toe, circle round, lift the knee and balance. Toe forward, circle round, lift the knee, balance, hold. Ankle one way and the other way, and then place that foot down. High Keeley. So stand towards the back of whatever you're going to roll down onto. Maybe you've not got a mat at all, but that's absolutely fine, your choice. Breathe in, tuck the chin to the chest. Breathe out, gently roll down through your back. Soften your knees, allow your arms to hang and relax. When you are ready, breathe in. As you breathe out, begin to roll up through your back. Rebuild your spine vertebrae by vertebrae, all the way to the top. At the top, relax the shoulders. Reset your posture. Breathe in, chin to the chest. Breathe out, gently begin to roll down. And at your lowest point, allow those arms to hang and relax. And then gently begin to roll back up. Rebuild the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae. So we're going to be rolling down towards the floor and we're going to be making our way down to the floor. Breathe in, chin to the chest. Breathe out, roll down. At your lowest point, walk your hands forward, leaving your feet flat on the floor. Head comes between the arms. You're going to breathe in, bring your knees forwards and down. Breathe out and place the feet back down. So we're into a downward dog, bringing the knees forwards and down into the bear, and then pushing those feet back. Any problems with your blood pressure, or you can't do that particular exercise, then come onto your hands and knees into the cat. Breathe in, round the spine, chin to the chest. Breathe out to gently release. Breathe in to round the spine, chin to the chest. Breathe out to gently release. Good. So you're working where you feel comfortable. Strengthening through the core and the lumbar spine. Working through the quads and the glutes if you're in this downward dog position. And through the hamstrings. And I'm going to ask you please to hold this last one. If you're doing the cat, carry on. Knees just above the floor. 2 more breaths. And then gently lower the knees all the way down. You're going to bring those knees hips distance apart, okay? And you're going to have those hands down slightly wider than your shoulders. You're going to breathe in, bring the chest forward and down. Breathe out, lift up, and bring one arm out to the side. Hand places down, breathe in, lower the chest into the push-up. Breathe out, lift up, and at the same time as you're coming up, at the point where you feel you're not going to drop, then the arm comes out to the side. As you place the hand down, you're coming back down into that push-up. Breathe in to gently lower. Level 1 on those knees. Level 2, those knees go further away. Just make sure that your hands aren't going to slide. And then if you want your next level, then you're all the way up onto the toes. If adding the arm, if that makes you feel uncomfortable, if you're worried you're going to fall, then just keep your hands down. But if you can, that's just going to open up around the shoulder and across the chest. I'm going to ask you, please, in your push-up, for one more with each arm, please. Make sure you do an even amount on each side. And once you finish those two, you can gently allow those hands to come back in. Wrists, elbows, shoulder. Box position. Knees, hips distance apart. Back nice and flat. Imagine I'm resting a tray on your back. The drinks are full to the brim. You mustn't spill it, okay? Breathe in. As you breathe out, push all the way out along the floor. As you breathe in, drag the leg back in. So at level 1, we're not raising the leg. We're just pushing it out along the floor without moving any other part of our body, and then drawing it back in. Level 2, breathe out, fully extend, then raise. Breathe in to lower and draw it back in. So you are alternating between those legs, but you're making sure that your body weight remains central. Don't tilt over. Next level option is to slide the hand out along the floor, opposite hand to leg, yeah? Final option, slide out the arm, raise at the same time as the leg, breathe in to lower, and draw it back in. So we're in our swimming. Strength for the core and the lumbar spine. As you push that leg out, lengthening through the core. Deep, full breaths. Strengthen through the core and the lumbar spine. Level 4, arm and opposite leg. Level 3, arm extends but does not raise. Level 2, leg extends and raises. Level 1, just push it out and pull it in. I still feel this at level 1 because I know my technique is spot on. I'm not wobbling, I'm not dropping to the side, and I'm creating resistance. As I push my foot out, I am creating resistance between my foot and the floor. Good. And I'm going to ask you, please, for one more on each side. And once you've completed those 2, you're going to gently lower down into leg pull. So you're going to look down between your wrists. Your elbows are under the shoulders and your forearms are on the floor. Okay? At level 1, draw up the pelvis. Keep looking at the floor and hold. Deep, full breaths from the rib cage. Strengthen through the core and the lumbar spine. Don't allow your back to dip or arch. At level 2, you're bringing those knees up off the floor. Now you should feel like I've grabbed hold of your belly button and I'm pulling it up towards the ceiling. So you've got a tightened feeling right across the middle of the body through your core. Deep, full breaths, strengthen the middle of the body. And in your leg pull, I'm going to ask you please for 2 more breaths. Once you've done your 2, you're going to gently lower all the way down. Lengthen out the legs. You're going to be taking your forehead to the floor, okay? Hands are coming into the small of the back. Bring your legs together and point your toes. Pull your belly button up so your core is engaged. Breathe in. As you breathe out, both legs lift. Breathe in. As you breathe out, 1, 2, 3. Breathe in and lengthen, but don't lower. Breathe out, 1, 2, 3. Breathe in to release. Belly button is drawn up. We're working through the back of the thighs, that's your hamstring, and through the bottom, your glutes, okay? Breathe out, 1, 2, 3. Breathe in. As those heels come towards the bottom, don't allow your belly button to drop down. You've got to keep those core muscles engaged. You can, of course, do one leg at a time if you prefer, okay? Try and keep those legs together as best you can. Deep, full breath out to heels to the bum. In to release. And I'd like one more repetition, double leg kick. Once you've completed that, you can allow those legs to lower all the way down. Release the arms. And I'd like you to come back to leg pull for me, please. Forearms and elbows under the shoulder. Knees down, level 1. Knees up, level 2. If you're Mother Brown, you know what to do. And then if you want the next option, you're coming up. Don't hang the head. Don't tilt the body, yeah? Keep it central. Now you could add an alternating leg raise to that as well, but do not allow your bottom to come in the air. I see this so much. People are here and then they go like that. Don't lift your bottom, okay? Pull up through the core. Level 1 knees down, level 2 knees up, level 3 on the hands, level 4 at the leg raise. And in your leg pull, I would like, please, just 2 more breaths. If you begin to shake or wobble, remember, come down a level. Once you've completed your 2, gently lower and turn onto one side. So I would like you, with your elbow under the shoulder, okay? Don't have your arm right over there. It needs to be straight line, okay? Legs bent, feet together. Hoist up your rib cage. Don't have the rib down there, draw up. Straight away, your oblique, your waist is working. We're going to do a lateral hip raise, which is an excellent exercise if you suffer from sciatica. We're combining this with a side bend, which is for your obliques. You're already in your side bend position. Head and neck in line with the spine. Breathe in. As you breathe out, just press the top leg back, feet together. Breathe in to gently release. Breathe out, press it back. Breathe in to release. Hand is there for balance. If you don't need it, take it away. If you want to go further, you're bringing the hip up. Don't roll the body over. Breathe out, press back. Breathe in, return. Hip down or up. Now, if you've got a shoulder injury and you can't prop yourself up, you can come down and just do the lateral hip raise, okay? So don't struggle if that shoulder is under in any pain at all, okay? Just come down instead. So I'm going to ask you please, working around the side of this leg, around the hip and the bottom, releasing those trapped nerves in the lower back, and working the core and the obliques. For one more repetition, please. And then you can gently lower and lengthen all the way out. Laying on your side, head resting down on the arm, point the fingers, point the toes. Hips, knees, ankles all stacked one on top of the other. Hand is there for balance, breathe in. As you breathe out, raise both legs without rolling your hips forwards or backwards. Hand is there for your balance. Breathe in, you're going to lower your legs an inch from the floor. And as you breathe out, raise them back up. Breathe in as they lower. Breathe out, lift them back up. So you're working, your target area is your waist, your obliques. Good. When you lower those legs, they're an inch from the floor. Don't let them go all the way. And then just lift them back up as far as comfortable without rolling forwards or back. Good. Breathe out as you lift. Breathe in as you release. Good. And I'm going to ask you please, in your side raise, hand is there for balance or not, maybe even take it all the way over. For 2 more repetitions, please. Once you've completed your 2, legs can lower all the way down. If you need to give it a little rubber tool, please do. And then you're going to push yourself to sit. You're going to lengthen the back. You're going to have the chin up off the chest. Feet stay down. Okay, don't allow them to move. Breathe in, tilt, like I put my finger into your belly button. C-shaped spine. Breathe out to lower as far as comfortable for you. Breathe in, start to come up. Breathe out, continue all the way up without allowing these legs to move. Breathe in and tilt, breathe out to lower. Only as far as comfortable for you. So you may be able to get all the way down. But remember, however far you go down, you've got to be able to get back up. Breathe in to tilt. Breathe out to lower. Breathe in, start the lift. Breathe out, continue all the way up. Without moving those legs, without lifting those feet. Core muscles are zipped up, pulled in. Breathe in to tilt. Breathe out to lower. Only as far as comfortable. Breathe in, start the lift. Breathe out, continue the lift. All the way back up. So in your roll up, where you're strengthening from your core and your lumbar spine, I'm going to ask you please for 1 more repetition. And once you've completed that, you'll come into your seated position. You can just relax for a moment if you'd like to. So when you're ready, that's called rolling up. We're rebuilding the spine. We're coming back to seated position. Strength for the core and the lumbar spine. I'm going to do an exercise now which is mobility for your back. And I want you to think rocking chair, rocking horse. So think about that movement that the chair makes, okay? That is going to be the motion of your back. So, option 1, legs bent, chin off the chest, breathe in, tilt, roll, breathe out, come back up. Don't go too fast and bang your head, yeah? Control the movement. So let's start. Breathe in, tilt, roll, breathe out, come back up. Keep the feet and the knees hips distance apart. Breathe in, tilt, roll, breathe out, come back up. Only go as far as comfortable. Level 2, feet hover above the floor. When you come back up, they still hover and your back is lengthened. Breathe in, tilt, roll. Breathe out, lift. Another thing to remember here is when you're rolling back, you're not allowing those legs to go anywhere. The legs are actually still. The movement, the motion is coming through your spine. Your legs aren't moving, okay? If you want to go further, you're crossing your legs, you're holding your feet. Breathe in, tilt, roll. Breathe out, come up. But keep those feet off the floor. So this is called the crab. So you've got 3 choices there, guys. Breathe in, tilt, roll. Breathe out, come back up. Lengthen the spine. Keep the chin up off the chest. Hover those feet. Remember, your legs aren't moving. They stay still. The motion, the movement is from the back. Or bring those feet back down. So when you roll back, I'm going to ask you for one more, please. And once you've done that, please carefully allow yourself to lower all the way down onto your back and lengthen your legs all the way out. Arms are down by your side, core muscles are engaged. Make sure your back feels comfortable, okay? Breathe in. As you breathe out, bring one leg all the way up, point the toes to the ceiling. Breathe in. As you breathe out, slowly begin to allow that leg to lower. When it gets halfway, breathe in and hold. And then breathe out, continue all the way down to the floor. Once that leg is down, breathe in, other leg comes up. Now it can lift fast, okay? But the slower you lower, the harder you're going to work, okay? So you have to control that leg. If you weren't controlling it, it would literally just drop to the floor. So the strength of your core muscles are determining how far that leg moves each time and how fast it moves. Remember, comes up quickly, slower you lower, the better. Alternating the legs, keeping them as straight as you can at level 1. Both legs together at level 2. As the legs come down, don't allow the tummy muscles to dome upwards. Keep them drawn in and down. When your legs get about 6 inches from the floor, they'll want to drop. Don't let them. And you have got another option. See if I can do it. Legs come up, all the way over, toes to the floor, okay? You'll add an extra breath because you need to be able to gently lower down through the spine to get the bottom back down and then start to gently allow those legs to lower, okay? So you're working where you feel comfortable, keeping your legs as straight as comfortable. Alternate the leg one at a time, level 1, both legs together, level 2, legs all the way over at level 3, adding an extra breath, okay? So I'm going to ask you, if you're alternating, you've got one more on each leg. If you're doing both legs together, do just one more. And once you've completed that, allow your legs to bend and place those feet down on the floor. When you come into this position, make sure once again your back is comfortable, neutral spine. Should be able to just touch those fingertips together underneath the small of your back, okay? Hips are parallel. Literally, if I placed a spirit level across your hips, bubble of air would be central and still, okay? Arms are down by your side, relax the shoulders, breathe in, breathe out, lift one leg to a right angled position. We are going to make 2 separate movements with this leg, keeping the other leg still. Breathe in, breathe out to lengthen, so I've pulled your toes away. Breathe in to return, bend, right angle. Breathe out, keep it bent, touch the foot down, so as if it was going to go back to where it came from. And and then breathe in and lift it back up. Breathe out to lengthen. This is your one leg stretch. Breathe in to return to right angle. Breathe out, touch the foot down. Breathe in, come back up. That is a scissor. So you've got your one leg stretch, you're lengthening that leg out as far as it will go. And then on the scissor, maintaining that right angle behind the knee, allowing that foot to gently lower and raise. Now, if you want to go a little bit further, you can have your other leg raised, but keep it absolutely still, okay? You're just going to move that one leg. Now, if one of those movements feels uncomfortable, then do the one that's okay for you, okay? Strengthen through the core and the lumbar spine. Deep, full breaths from your rib cage. And I'm going to ask you, please, for one more of each move. If you have both legs raised, allow the moving leg to come back down, and then we'll all be with the other leg in place. Check your start position. Are your core muscles in place? Is your neutral spine in place? Deep breath in. Breathe out to lengthen. Breathe in to return. Keeping it bent. Breathe out. Touch the foot down. Breathe in. Lift it back up. Now, as this leg moves, this other knee, absolutely still. Don't let it wobble. On your one leg stretch, you're allowing the leg to lengthen, so you're moving your knee as well as from the hip flexor. But on the scissor, you are not moving the knee. So don't let that heel drop down. You've got to maintain the right angle on the scissor. Okay? Deep, full breaths. If you're working at the next level, the other leg is up, but we're keeping it still. Deep, full breaths from the rib cage. Breathe out to lengthen, in to return. Breathe out to lower, breathe in to raise. And I'm going to ask you, please, with this one leg stretch, scissor combination, working from your core and your lumbar spine, for 2 more of each movement. And once you have completed those 2, 1 foot at a time, carefully comes back down. Once you've got both feet on the floor, just lengthen out. You can give yourself a nice long body stretch. When you're ready, bring the arms down, bend the legs, carefully turn onto one side. We start propped up. Forearm, elbow, chest open, looking forwards, don't hang the head. Hoist up your rib cage. Legs are bent, feet are together. Breathe in, breathe out. Press the top leg back. Breathe in to return. Breathe out, press the top leg back. Breathe in to return. So we're opening up around the top of the leg, around the hip and the bottom. Breathe out, press it back. Breathe in to return. Rib cage is drawn up so the obliques are working. If you want to go further, you've got the hip up off the floor. Breathing out to press and in to return. Strengthen around the core, the lumbar spine, the obliques. But also you've got this movement round from the side of the leg, around the hip and the bottom, which is really good again for that sciatica, that kind of numb feeling you get down one leg. That's from a trapped nerve in your lower back. So this is a really nice one to help release that leg. And also remember, if you've got a shoulder injury, you can do just that lateral hip raise coming down onto the side instead. Just take one more repetition for me, please. Then you can gently lower down and lengthen all the way out. Head is resting down on the arm. Hand is there for your balance. Hips, knees, ankles all stacked, one on top of the other. Core muscles zipped up, pulled in. Breathe in. As you breathe out, raise those legs. So those legs are raised to a comfortable height, okay? You haven't allowed yourself to roll forwards or backwards. Breathe in, legs lower an inch from the floor. Breathe out, they come back up. Breathe in, they lower an inch from the floor. Breathe out, they raise back up. So you're breathing in as they lower, breathing out as they raise. Hand is there for balance. You might feel you don't need it, so you can take it away. You might also feel that you can go further. You can take that left arm all the way over. As those legs raise, make sure you're not allowing the body to roll. Deep, full breaths. Strengthen through the core, the obliques, the lumbar spine. You have got a bit of an effort as well down the side of that leg. And I'm just going to ask you, please, in your side raise, for 2 more repetitions. When you've done those 2, allow those legs to lower. By all means, give that hip a little bit of a rub if you need to. So you're going to carefully bring yourself round, back onto all fours where we began, into a cat stretch, rounding the spine, tucking the chin into the chest, and release. Breathe in, round the spine, chin into the chest, and release. Good. One more time. Breathe in, round the spine, and release. Just going to sit back on your heels and lengthen out your arms. That'll just give you a stretch around the top of the back and around your shoulders. Also round through those glutes. From here, walk the hands back towards your knees. You're going to carefully push back into a crouched position. Now we are going to be making our way to stand, okay? If you need something there to hold on to, that's fine, okay? Tuck the chin into the chest. When you're ready, place those feet down flat. And slowly begin to roll up through your back. Rebuild your spine vertebrae by vertebrae. All the way to the top. As you reach the top, relax those shoulders down. Good. Making sure that you're balanced and central. You've got that even distribution of weight across both of your feet. Don't feel lopsided. You don't feel like you're leaning. Core in place, neutral spine in place. Try and keep them engaged for as much as you can for the rest of today. Okay, if you're cooking, if you've got to go back to work, anything like that, just keep asking yourselves every now and then, are my core muscles engaged? Is my neutral spine in place? Yes, yes. Excellent. Okay, lift up onto your toes and balance and release. Lift up. Good posture, core strength helps to improve your balance, guys, okay? This time lift up, balance, hold, and then if you can just close your eyes. Are you as balanced as you thought? And release. Well done. And that is your Pilates for today. I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope you feel okay. Whew. Now you can relax for the rest of the night. So tomorrow morning you have your combat hit, so complete opposite to what we've just done. High energy, lots of moving around. And then tomorrow at 4, you have got legs, bumps and tums, okay? Pilates is back with you Friday morning at 10 o'clock. Well done, guys. Have a lovely evening, and we'll see you tomorrow. Take care for now.